Good morning, everyone. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building with another SPS Monday Motivation. Hope you're doing okay. Hey, to those Spartan fans, I know you're licking your wounds real bad. Biggest loss in Spartan Stadium history, 49-0. It is what it is, and shout out to those Wolverines. Y'all representing, man. Go ahead and do the thing. Go all the way. Make it happen, and we can represent for the state. I know rivalries run deep, and I know some people might not be feeling it. That's okay. That's all right. It's the world I'm in. I get it. But as a sports psychology consultant representing Sports Psychology Solutions, the emphasis on the latter word, solution. And what is the solution we can have today? What is something that is on my mind I wanted to share with you all? And actually has nothing to do with rivalries. This is not the time when I would tell you to go and be nice to your competitor. Big brother put it on little brother real bad this time. Ain't no need to, go into all that. However, my experience has been something that I found has been very helpful for me. I think it'd be helpful for everyone else too. And that is try compliments instead of complaints. Try compliments instead of complaints. Now, a few disclaimers. Sometimes some complaints are very warranted, very necessary, and should take every protocol to be executed as need be. However, what I'm trying to share to you is a particular mindset we can have, and actually some benefits with the idea of leading with compliments instead of complaints. Now, what is a compliment? Let's start with the positive. A polite expression of praise or admiration. A polite expression of praise or admiration. Let me give you case in point. I was out the other night to a great event. Shout out to the brothers under the dome, Tyrone Sanders, former State Senator Marshall Bullock, put a great event together here in Lansing. They've been doing it in D.C. as well, with all the African-American men involved in the political process in Lansing throughout the state and the country come together for a brotherhood experience. It was great. Shout out to the Comfort Zone. Brother Lonzo over there and your lovely wife and what you guys have put together. It was great to come over and experience that as well. I'll say good morning to Michelle Mimi Watkins. Good morning. Talking about try compliments instead of complaints. And I was talking about being out the other night with a great venue with some great brothers doing some great things. And as the night went on, I was wrapping up and I still had that. I'm still a little bit hungry, still want to grab something to eat. You know how that go after a night out. So I would consider myself a pizza connoisseur, aficionado at that. Shout out to the Detroit Pizza Bar. Love those folks over there, Kuna and Marcus, and what they're doing. Always my stop in the city. Even before a Pizza Bar was on point there, it was the seafood pizza over at Pizza Populous. Up in here, we got a Buddy's just about 7 minutes away from me here in East Lansing, Okemos area. But hey, can't go wrong with Little Caesars sometime. But that can be a toss-up. So I went to the Little Caesars that's considered on campus right across on Grand River and ordered my hot and ready, just mushroom, and that's just my thing, mushroom and cheese. Get home and open up and commence to eating. And it was good. It was tasty. I said, man, this is a doggone good pizza. And I looked at it, and the presentation was commercial presentation like. It was like ready. And I'm sitting here enjoying it. I said, you know what I need to do? I need to call them. I need to call and tell those young guys in there they did a good job, because we're quick to call when there's something wrong. And I'm not saying you should not do that. However, where is your compliment blank at? If you had to live off compliments, could you live off any compliments you're giving? So I called the number. I knew the guys who was there, because it was just a couple guys work. I said, hey, guy, how you doing? And I didn't even prolong. I said, man, listen, I'm eating this pizza, man. This pizza's good. It tastes good. It look good. Man, you guys did a good job, man. I really appreciate it. And you can hear in his voice the appreciation. You heard it. And I didn't do it for that reason. I didn't do it to make him feel good. I did it because I felt it was warranted, not knowing what the exact outcome would be. But you can hear it. And I'd be willing to bet he probably made some of the best pizzas the rest of that night. And who knows what that may have done. Now, again, compliments are warranted. Complaints are warranted at times, and I don't get away from that. But there's a psychology to the idea of leaving compliments and going out of your way. And I thank my mother for that. My mother was good to show me the experience about being able to call the manager over when something's wrong, but also calling the manager over when something's right. When something's going on really good, man, you can give a compliment. Don't be so caught up in yourself that you feel you can't do that and another human being doesn't deserve that. And if you're thinking about it, especially, why not do it? What do compliments do? They are an expression of praise and admiration. Other people think a compliment but don't actually verbalize for fear of being a kiss up or being teased about this compliment. Hey, we're moving differently out here right now. If you got it to give, go ahead and give it, Pass it on. Got Mo Christian in the building. Good morning, dear. How are you? Shout out to Mo Christian. We go way back. Renaissance, Spelman, Morehouse. And now it's great to be able to stay in contact with you as well. Hope all is going well with you. Talking about giving compliments over complaints. You know, you say some people just feel uncomfortable giving compliments, usually because they are not used to receiving them themselves. Now, that's a key psychological point. You feel uncomfortable giving a compliment because you're just not used to getting it yourself. I understand what they say, hurt people hurt people. I understand that, but I'm trying to help you work through that right now, because if you have it on your heart that something is good and noteworthy, don't think it's not worth doing it, because there's a human on the other end of that. And so many times we're so quick to tell them when they're wrong. Why not tell them when they're right? You know, giving a compliment also, I would say, giving compliments makes us anxious, but new research shows that praising people has huge benefits for both parties. You're not just doing this for the person on the other end, you're doing it for yourself. The BBC reported on that, right? Oh, I got a great person this morning. Patricia England, good morning. Thank you for the grandmother experience. My mother came up and watched my daughter this weekend while I was experiencing the Michigan State football game. Appreciate you, mother, but I know no appreciation needed, because you enjoyed yourself with your granddaughter. She had a good time and she's still talking about it. And thanking you for teaching me the power of not only being able to advocate for myself and complain when that's it, but also give a compliment, give praise. And I'm talking about compliments are the easiest way to make other people, and as a result, yourself, feel better, says Nicole Epley, a professor of behavioral science at the University of Chicago. So this is documented. Get out of your comfort zone and get that compliment, but sometimes we don't want to give it up. Now, this is me referring to people in the service industry or whatever it may be, but even amongst your friends, even amongst your coworkers, you know, it's really hard. But like I just said, sometimes people don't want to give it up because they're not used to it. But here's an opportunity as we get ready to prepare for a new year, yes, indeed, that you can step into something different. Compliments are important and a lot can happen. But let's talk about that other word. Talk about complaining. And what is the psychology behind complaining? A complaint is a statement that a situation is unsatisfactory, unacceptable. Now, some of us have to work on advocating for ourselves. Something can be bad and you just don't have the way to be able to communicate that. But some of us are so quick to say when something's wrong. Get the manager. It's to the point where every time I call for a manager, particularly in a complimentary situation, they're nervous. That just shows you the state of affairs, that they're so used to people getting on them like that. And that compliment goes a long way when you do it. But however, with the psychology of complaining, as social creatures, we have a fundamental need to belong, and complaining can be a way of signaling to others that we experience a shared struggle. Yeah, it's a long wait. Everybody in line together, y'all complain together, there's a bond. I get that, I understand. But the people on my timeline are different. People on my timeline are pushing forward to a new way, a new type of living, a new type of experience, a new type of fulfilling. If you're on my timeline, if you're rocking with SPS, because we look at things a little differently, right? However, here's the thing. Excessive complaining, I want you to stay with me on this, can also be a way of avoiding responsibility and failing to take action to address our problems. So you out here complaining outwardly and jumping down the maitre d's throat, jumping down the the young person in front trying to serve you, and it may be warranted, but what issues are you trying to address? I've had times where I can recognize myself. I may have jumped on someone because it's like they're fair game, right? Because the customer is always right, and you can have this feeling of, I'm going to be held in a certain regard, and you treat them a certain way compared to, just stepping back. I just think it's important, folks, that we try to experience compliments instead of complaints. Instead of just being on top of everybody all the time, what's your compliment bank like? Do you have enough compliments out there that can really carry you through? And I tell you what, compliments change the trajectory of your experience, especially if it's a place you frequent on a regular. I go to Whole Foods, and Whole Foods is a great experience. But I've had some experiences there where somebody helped me, and I really appreciate it. They didn't have a customer service number. I asked for the manager, shared that, and you can just see that because guess what? People don't give out compliments. And I'm not even talking about your interpersonal group, especially with the holidays coming up. We don't give out compliments. And it's not to say that people don't deserve it. If people are out here working every day doing something, I'm sure there's something that is compliment worthy. So that's what I want to stress to you guys today. Try compliments over complaints. And again, I'm not telling you to let people walk over you, take advantage of you, give you poor service or anything like that. But what I am telling you is try to be able to say something nice. Say something positive. You can just say to somebody, hey, you're great. In your interaction with people, compliments and appreciation bring us closer together. You can focus on the compliments and helpfulness to others. Hey, I appreciate how quickly you got dressed and ready for school. I say that to my daughter. I try to encourage her with that. I noticed how kindly you cared for Anna when she felt sad. I bet that helped her feel better. That's something you can say when you observe and experience with somebody. Thank you for setting the table. See, we all want to be on this trajectory for success and go to the next level in our respective business, in our relationships. But compliments are one thing you can do. Now, if you're at a point where people don't believe your compliments are sincere based on your past history, just like the rise in Phoenix, you got a chance to change that. You got a chance to kind of change your direct trajectory a little bit, because compliments shouldn't be of such surprise. Somebody shouldn't fall out their chair when they say, "What? You got a compliment from him? She gave you a compliment?" Something to be said about that. But if they said, "Yeah, so-and-so was complaining," like, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, we know who that was," I think there's something to be said about that. So with that being said, guys, on this Monday, go out there in this world, just throw a compliment somewhere. And I'm not saying unwarranted. Again, when I ate that pizza, I'm sitting and experiencing this pizza. I said, "Man, this pizza good. Look good." I said, "Man, let me call these guys." It's real simple. And it goes a long way. And guess what? It works for both of us. It works for the person you're complimenting. It works for you. And it's a good thing. So with that, I appreciate you guys for watching SPS. Thanks for all the support. Hey, Wednesday, we'll be back in the Breslin for some basketball. Shout out to Coach Izzo. That's my guy. He's something else. Had a chance to spend some time with him at the football game. We had a couple little conversations about some things. He's so interesting, a unique guy. Shout out to Coach Iz. But I look forward to watching him take on Hillsdale College as an exhibition. And other things to come. So with that being said, go ahead and get to your day. I heard it's going to be some crazy weather in a good way. Enjoy it, but don't break the shorts out yet, because you know what we do around here. So with that, Lindsay Ellis with SPS. I want you guys to have a great day, great week, great month, great year, great life. See you next time. Peace.